So hi everyone, today I am sharing my honest wear test of two Zara perfumes. So we have the Apple Juice and the Wonder Rose. So I bought both of these perfumes for like 895. So if you divide the cost between the two, that's roughly around 450 each. So let's start with the packaging. So it's just okay. Like very simple, very basic, nothing bad about it, but as you see, nothing that really stands out either. So let's start with apple juice. I do have my notes here with me, so I'm gonna show the screen ang mga notes. Okay. The opening was not what I expected, you know. The notes mention apple, but personally I don't really get much apple from these fragrances. I'm sorry. What I noticed first is orange peel. It has a slightly tangy smell with a hint of musk. There's also a noticeable alcohol blast in the opening, especially during the first few seconds after spraying. I also pick up a slight bitterness that I wasn't like a huge fan of. The good thing is that once it starts drying down, it becomes much, like softer and more floral. The dry down is definitely more pleasant than the opening for me. And unfortunately, that's where the positives end. Performance wise, it was very poor on my skin. The projection, it actually drops quite quickly, and longevity wasn't impressive either. It does become a skin scent very fast and didn't leave much of a scent trail. So overall, this one, apple juice just isn't for me. I can see why some people enjoy it, but based on personal experience, it's not something I would reach for. So next we have the Wonder Rose. So this one was a bit challenging for me from the start. So I'm gonna show the screen among notes. When I first sprayed it, the opening reminded me a little bit of a like air freshener. It also came across quite synthetic on my skin. That said, I can see younger, like users enjoying this one. It has that sweet, youthful vibe that I think a lot of teenagers might like. For me, though, the opening was, like a little overwhelming. And also, as it dries down, it becomes warmer and sweeter, which is, like an improvement compared to the opening. However, even after an hour of wear, there was still something about the scent that felt, like a little bit nauseating to me. That's completely personal preference, of course, but like I wanted to mention it because that's generally what I experienced during the wear test. The performance wasn't great either, just like apple juice. Projection was weak and longevity was below average on my skin. So overall, Wonder Rose was probably the like bigger disappointment for me compared to apple juice. So like at the end of the day, fragrance is very personal, and what doesn't work for me might work for someone else. But based on my wear test, neither apple juice nor Wonder Rose is something I would personally repurchase. That's my honest wear test of Zara's perfume, apple juice, and Wonder Rose. You know what? Let me know in the comments if what's your favorite Zara perfume. I'm really curious to know. Thank you. Bye.